Hey, well, welcome to the Shack of WA3USG. This used to be a two-car garage, and it's now a one-car garage. And the other half is my ham shack. And what you're looking at here is my workbench. And do all kinds of manner of work on here. Do a little bit of service work. Do a lot of homebrew. Do building and just a collection of junk that we've accumulated over quite a few years. And old Tektronix 545 oscilloscope, my toolbox, there's my computer desk, and then over here is the ham shack. And the ham shack, we run HF, we run all modes. Over here we've got a computer that happens to be running a instance of what's called SDRIQ receiver. And what this is, it's a computer controlled receiver. Actually, the computer becomes an integral part of the receiver. The receiver itself is sitting right over here, and it's a little circuit board in this box, and it's scanning a 190 kilohertz section of whatever frequency I tell it to scan, and it displays that full 190 kilohertz on the screen. And like right now I'm looking at the AM broadcast band, and you can see at the top you can see a broadcast station every 10 kilohertz. This is looking at 190 kilohertz span of the AM broadcast band. And over here I run ATV, amateur television, and what we're looking at right now, we're looking at the output of the ATV repeater in White Rock, Pennsylvania, which is near Harrisburg. And when nobody's on it, it broadcasts the NASA channel. If I turn my transmitter on, there I am, and that's me actually going through the repeater. I'm going in on 1.2 gig and coming out on 3480 gig. So and that transmitter, that little 1.2 gig transmitter, is right here, and the camera that's sending this picture is right there. So, and then you can see, I don't know how good you can see it on the screen, but I'm using just a little flip video camcorder to make this. Here is my there's my antenna patch panel. My antenna switch for HF. I've got a Radio Shack, an old Radio Shack weather station that still works pretty good. My antenna patch panel for HF, and actually all my antennas come through here. And especially during thunderstorm season, I can disconnect all the antennas really easily from this spot, or I can patch different radios to different antennas. Down here is another portion of the patch panel. Here is an old Heathkit antenna tuner that I just use on 75 meters. And then down here is a preamp. I do a lot of low frequency work and listening for loafers and stuff down below 400 kilohertz. And this is a preamp and a noise blanker that I use because there's a lot of man-made noise down there. And then down at the bottom is a DC amplifier that I use to drive a strip chart program in my PC when I quantify a lot of things by making strip charts. Up on top here are my receivers for amateur television, and these are black and white receivers. These two that you're looking at now are black and white receivers, and I primarily use them for ATV DX because black and white just a little bit better for DX than color. And then I've got a color monitor here with a NTSC to VGA converter that I use to receive color transmissions on. And then naturally I can also receive color transmissions on this set. This is my homebrew amateur television repeater on UHF, consisting of PC electronics modules, and this is about 25 years old. A homebrew video switcher, so I can switch different video sources to that transmitter, and then an S meter that allows me to read the signal strength in the incoming ATV signal. And then there's a lot of other stuff here that you can see. I've got an AL 811H linear amplifier that I use on HF, and my main HF rig is a Yaesu FT920, and I really like this rig. It's a very nice rig, and one of the best thing about it is that it's big, it's large, it has nice big knobs, and you can push a button without pushing 2 or 3 buttons. I use this, my little Ten-Tech 526 on 2 and 6 meters, an excellent little radio, and then I've got a Kenwood 811 for 432. And then I've got an FRG 9600 Yaesu for monitoring 2 meters, or matter of fact, it'll go anywhere from 60 megahertz up to 900 megahertz. And then you can see over here, we also have a couple packet TNCs. We are on APRS, and we have our home station beacons about once every half an hour. And if you look on the internet, you'll see that do a find WA3USG, and you'll see me there. And then I've got an old HAL ST6 for RTTY that I still use, and that works very, very well. Matter of fact, that will print clearly when all these new programs and TU units, all the new ones, are printing garbage. This will print beautifully. It's really got some good filters in it, and this has got to be 30 years old. And then over here I have an audio patch panel that I can switch any output to any input. I can switch my computers to any radios. I can switch my TNCs to any radios, and it gives me real good flexible switching. Then I've got an oscilloscope, just other stuff, another little antenna patch panel here. Here's my off-the-air monitor. What's on this monitor is what I'm actually transmitting on the air, and then some VCRs and stuff. Over here I've got a couple of power supplies, some brick amplifiers. I got a 160 watt amplifier for 2 meters, and a 100 watt amplifier for ATV and 432 sideband. And then I do some audio transcribing. I've got an old TIAC reel-to-reel tape deck, some cassette players, some amplifiers, some VCRs, and then over here I use, this is my receiving setup for the 3480 megahertz amateur television, and I also can use these. These are all blonder tongue cable heads that used to be used at cable TV sites, and I now use them for transmitters for amateur television. They make excellent transmitters. And also I have a blonder tongue CESR receiver, and that's what I use to receive the ATV repeater on 3480 megahertz. Fantastic receiver. And down here you can see I have this computer set up. I'm on Echolink 24/7. Now if you try and get a hold of me on Echolink, half the time I got the volume down, because unfortunately when I transmit on HF, it gets into the speakers, the computer speakers, and it makes a lot of racket. So a lot of times I turn it down and I forget to turn it back up. So anyways, here is the Hamshack of WA3USG. I hope you enjoyed it, and it was my pleasure taking you on this tour.